So he tried to hack my phone. I got a Google alert that someone was trying to log into my phone. So I'm like, okay, he's not supposed to be doing this. This was against the restraining order. And then about another week after that, I put a public post up that I had forgiven myself, and I didn't need his apology, that I had forgiven myself for that I even was with someone who was like that. And either he was using his wife's account or his wife came onto my page to put a laugh react on that post. So I'm like, okay, this ain't right. So I reported it to the court that this is what he was doing. He was trying to hack my account, that he came to my house, and that someone using his new wife's profile was trying to... They were both stalking my channels and my social media. That's what it seemed like. It was either he was doing it or they were both doing it. So I reported this to the courts, and I actually went to see a lawyer. And I told the lawyer what was happening, and she's like, this is really crappy what he did to you. It was really wrong, and it's abusive. But honestly, the court's just not going to do much. They're probably just going to tell him to either quit or there's just not enough proof that he has done this. You either have to have video evidence. And she was telling me about these stories, about all these horrible things that are happening to women, and she has a really hard time getting the courts to do anything about it. Much worse things like them being physically assaulted. So she's like, I really recommend you just drop this case and just go on with your life. And the one thing she told me as I was leaving her office, better boyfriends, 2026. And she's like, you're just going to be wasting your money, wasting your time. So just, try to forget this guy and try to ignore him when he tries to do this stuff. So, I took her advice. I actually went down and dropped my complaint to the courts that he's contempt of the restraining order. And yeah, this is going to be my last post about him. I feel the one lesson I take away from this whole thing is that the courts won't really protect you. And I'm just learning not to report because, unless you're covered in bruises and you have video evidence of them physically assaulting you, the courts just don't really do much to protect victims. They just don't. That's what I've learned this whole lesson. So, I'm dropping my complaint and I'm just going to move on with my life. So yeah, I feel really sorry for this new wife of his, that he was willing to cheat on her while she was pregnant and that she's now stuck with him. I would never want to be with someone who is acting in these ways to any woman. It's just not right. And yeah, I am not going to speak about him anymore. That's my, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to find better things for myself. I have a lot of good people in my life now who are helping me move forward in my life, and that's what I'm going to focus on, just moving forward. So yeah, that's kind of why I took a little time away, just to focus on putting a nail in this final chapter. And, I just hope that this person will leave me alone and that I can be at peace for everything that happened. For now on, moving forward, I'm going to listen to my gut when something feels wrong about a person. It's probably something is really wrong with that person. So yeah. All right, Phoenix says, I just wanted to share the crazy story about where I've been, and I'm back on to better things. Things have been really good in my life now, and I'm really excited for my future. But yeah, wanted to share my story. All right, love you all. Keep rising. Bye.